both data science and quantitative finance can get rich. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Monica. A quick test for you. What's the sexiest job in the 21st century? Yeah, the answer is data science. But in my point of view, quantitative finance is by no means less sexy than data science. And that's because how math, coding, and finance collide to shape global markets together. So in today's video, we're going to dive into a topic that's pretty close to me based on my study and work experience. What are data science and quantitative finance? How similar and different are they? And which career path might be the right fit for you? So for those who still don't know me, I graduated from University of Warsaw in Poland, where I studied international business and quantitative finance. And I'm currently working as quantitative analyst at Commercial Bank. So without further ado, let's delve into today's topic. Chapter 1. What are data science and quantitative finance? So long story short, data science is an interdisciplinary field that uses math and coding to extract valuable information from large and usually dirty datasets. If you know, you know. The end goal is to apply integrated knowledge to help make business decisions and positively influence business outcomes across various industries. In real life, data scientists usually write SQL queries, build predictive machine learning models, etc. So if you are students currently studying this program, usually learn a variety of shit like statistics, programming, machine learning, data management, text mining, etc. Then quantitative finance. It is a field of applied mathematics that focuses on the application of mathematical models and computational and quantitative techniques to financial markets. Derivatives pricing and risk management are the two major topics of this field. So this aims at applying quantitative methods to solve financial problems. The curriculum of this field at school usually include very rigorous courses in financial mathematics, econometrics, stochastic processes, time series analysis, etc. The major purpose is to predicting, assets prices, quantifying risks, and to bring sales.
No! God, please, no! No!
Now, Chapter 2, Similarities between Data Science and Quantitative Finance. I have many friends studying these two programs at school. Now they are working as full-time data scientists or quantitative analysts or risk controllers. We had a lot of conversations together about study and work. But I realized these two fields actually have many similarities, especially the approach to solving problems. Specifically by that, I mean, the analytical way of thinking, because either in study or in work, we usually deal with a large number of data. And it's like someone's mind is really fed with formula, so we've got so used to converting something abstract into concrete numbers and considering many potential scenarios. So for example, once upon a time, me and my another Chinese colleagues were ordering something together from online. Then in the website, in the comment down below, we usually leave our phone number. So if I were her, I would probably just leave my one phone number there, right? But my colleague actually not only left her phone number, but her address and the company's address. Then my another colleague was like, oh, you are very qualified quantitative analyst. Anyway, no matter which field you are currently studying or you want to study, you might forget most of the fancy models and formulas. But at the end of the day, what remains is actually the analytical way of thinking. The second point I want to talk about is math.
What?
So people in these two fields generally need to be good at math, especially statistics and probability. I think probably back then when I was in school, I constantly heard people talking about what's your hypothesis testing, like what's your null hypothesis and p-value, etc. So besides, statistics and probability, we definitely need to learn like linear algebra and calculus. Now, third point, building models is quite common topic in both data science and quantitative finance. That's why knowing how to code is another skill set that you must have as a student in both fields of study. I think most welcome programming languages in both fields of studies are probably Python, R, and SQL. Also, I know many people view we programmers through raw CI. It's like, oh wow, you can play magic. I also feel it's like You neighbor asks you to fix his or her computer just because you're a computer science student.
Yeah, boy.
Actually, that's not really true. In the reality, I think we probably spent a lot of time checking documentation and getting stuck. So if you want to learn data science or quantitative finance, you don't need to be, and it's impossible to be coding master in a short period of time. I know many of my classmates, including me, didn't have any exposure to coding before study, or some of them just knew something quite basic, like printing hello world. Anyway, programming skills are built over time, and it literally consumes a lot of time to nurture these skills. The last point I observed is that there are so many nerds in both fields of study.
Hi, Dad.
I'm sorry I pointed this out, but that's true. Sometimes it's really hard to talk to them. It's like once upon a time I was talking to one of my classmates, and I said, "Oh, hi, how are you? Long time no see. I haven't seen you for a long time. How's everything going? I'm really happy to see you." And my friend was like, "Yes, I'm good." But deep down, they're actually quite, practical and down to the earth people. Now, chapter 3, differences between data science and quantitative finance. In spite of these similarities, they are at the same time very different in some aspects. Firstly, different models we build. So regarding the data science is primarily concerned with using machine learning or deep learning algorithms like neural network or natural language processing when building so-called models to help making business decisions. Also, A/B testing is quite popular. Quantitative finance, on the other hand, we just study machine learning and uses algorithms. But in the real-life scenarios, people working in this field like quants or some data scientists in banks constantly invent new algorithms based on statistics for adapting to ever-changing financial market. The end goal is usually about risk management. Some models that work perfectly might totally be decommissioned after 2008 financial crisis due to, significant changes in the financial markets, new financial regulations, etc. So the second difference, the level of math and the course time during study. I think data science doesn't require candidates to know a lot of fancy and advanced math. I think only linear algebra, calculus, and statistics are pretty much enough to handle, but they can be hard as well. Anyway, then the major theme will be how to apply math and your programming skills to solve some real-world problems. Use the curriculum from our school as example. You can see a lot of courses are only in the lab, where professors teach you new algorithms and how to code by your side. Anyway, you need to code. But for quantitative finance, you might have to go deeper to learn extra math, like stochastic calculus. Don't forget, this is a field of applied mathematics, and in addition to coding skills, your knowledge in finance is equally important, especially derivatives and risk modeling. In our school, most of the courses are divided into lectures and a lab. During the lectures, you learn a lot of things theoretical in finance that in the lab session, you need to apply both math and financial knowledge you get from lectures to write code and build something. Then, the next difference, programming languages we use. In data science, students most of the time use Python, R, SQL. I think the ranking in terms of the frequency of use and popularity is probably SQL, Python, and R. That's because as data scientists, you spend a lot of time extracting valuable information from a large dataset. I also heard in many companies, the technical part of the interview is about writing SQL code. So SQL is a must-have skill in data science. But in quantitative finance, it's like plus. If you know, that's good. If you don't, that's fine. I also think in quantitative finance, Python and SQL are like 50-50, or even performs better in some tasks that use a lot of statistics. For example, if I were asked to build time series and, for example, panel regression models, I would definitely go for R rather than Python, even though I use Python most of the time in my work. But in some more advanced quantitative tasks like quantitative trading with high frequency data that requires a high computing speed, you even need to know C++. So all in all, I think you probably already feel that data science is a broader field of study compared to quantitative finance, even though they have many overlaps. To some extent, I feel quantitative finance is like a data science with its application in finance. They're both very technical. Data science is like over 80% of coding in my point of view. But for quantitative finance, it's like 50% of coding, 50% of finance. So it's really hard to judge which one is more technical. But there's one way to judge. That is to comparing the number of nerds in the class. So usually, a more technical a program is, the more nerds with whom you study together. Also, if you ask me which one is harder, I think the answer is probably quantitative finance. Because learning math, coding, and finance all together is quite hard to handle for most of my classmates at school. Each semester, so many students fail the exams. Now, we are in Chapter 4, Career Opportunities for Students from both fields. Data science graduates can pursue roles such as data scientist, data analyst, data engineer, machine learning engineer. Nowadays, most companies need to process a large amount of data, and data techniques can be applied across industries. So I think data science graduates can pick whatever industry they're passionate about to start their career. To some extent, I feel this is one of their advantages in the competitive labor market. Also, data science is actually a vaguely divided field. Data scientists in different roles and industries do very different jobs. I know some data scientists, build machine learning models. Some data scientists write SQL code. Some data scientists do A/B testing or just data visualization. And graduates from quantitative finance usually specialize in the financial industry. Like lots of my friends are currently working for commercial banks or investment banks. Graduates roles can be quantitative analyst, quant trader, risk analyst, risk management, etc. Generally, we call them quants. Most of the time, we build mathematical models to measure, for example, liquidity risk, credit risk, interest rate risk, or to do algorithmic trading, etc. Now, money. Both data science and quantitative finance can get rich. Let's use Warsaw, Poland as an example and do a quick review. So according to statistics from Glassdoor, a junior data scientist here earns between 9K to 15K Polish zloty per month, which translates into 2,093 to 3,488 euros before tax per month, and that's roughly 11K to 15K Polish zloty, or 2,558 to 3,488 euros per month for a junior quantitative analyst. So according to statistics, I think they are quite close to each other, but also these numbers in some Western European countries and North America are definitely higher, but that also means much higher living expenses. Last chapter, how to choose between them. Now, if you prefer having work experience across industry and you like using data to discover patterns, making predictions through models, or doing data visualization, I think you should probably go for data science. But if you are more interested in financial industry, you're also into deep math challenges, you think you also like risk-related jobs, maybe quantitative finance is for you. Also, if you have a degree from any quantitative-related field, not only quantitative finance, I think it's generally easy if you want to land a job in data science, because a lot of, transferable skills and knowledge. But if it's the other way around, I think it's also doable if you are data science students who also have knowledge in finance. So that's everything for today. If you think it's really helpful, leave comments down below, give me thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. Bye!